Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is Jehovah. Welcome to War of Rights. It's Sunday evening, and we're hanging out with the guys from the 5th Corps and Hood's Division. There you see them, 1st New Jersey. Thanks for the invite, guys. I appreciate you letting me be here to watch this fabulous event, as well as their cohorts, the 1st Massachusetts. So thank you, Colonel Pericante, for letting me be here. Coffee looks like he's going to lead the guys tonight for the 1st New Jersey. And these guys get right to it, so let's see who's going to be on the Confederate side tonight. It's going to be Hood's Division. And that's a lot of different people. Volunteer Reaper, among others. You see that HD in front of the names. Designates Hood's Division. Captain Gunner. So we're going to see if these boys can get it done tonight. Who else? They're already spread out all over this map. Look at this, man. These guys are wasting no time at all getting ready for this thing.
You heard him. So,
Major James, 5th Texas.
Flag, stay down.
doing well, doing well.
Stay down. Everyone, we're not here. Remember, we're not here.
Major T.
We on flank, boys.
So no firing randomly.
I wanted to get him into the bracket. We'll see if we can't get him into some second season shenanigans for the duels. All right, so we got Yankee guns on this thing. We got Confederate guns, and we've already got Union movement. Look at this, fast and hard to the left. This is your 1st New Jersey. Coffee and the boys wasting no time trying to get to the rocks over here. But we got Confederates in the woods. They're all spread out. They're trying to spread out the Jersey, but they've made it to the rocks here. And you can see the Confederates leaving the position. And that leaves their boys in the woods vulnerable. But they've ran for it as well. So 1st New Jersey making their presence known early in this match. We'll see what the guys from Hood's Division can do. They're all spread out here. They've got a nice little chunk of men right here. Lieutenant Colonel Benelli, 18th Georgia.
Boys,
And the Confederates under a lot of fire early, but you can see there's a lot of movement from the Union lines, and the Confederates getting over the wall now. It's not much of a wall in this position. You can see the guys going down. Just a little knee wall here. Didn't this used to be a full wall? I think they've changed this to a knee wall. I thought this was a full stone wall at one point. Maybe I am mistaken. You guys can tell me in the chat. So the Union have gone up into the woods. They've left some Jersey here, but a lot of them are going right up for the Confederates here. They're in the rocks. This is a position I don't see a whole lot of.
Which direction?
Same
Which
information.
direction?
Same information.
To the east. East and north.
But you can hear the guys are having a hard time pinpointing where the enemy actually is. It's tough to see in those woods. We got a flag bearer and a ranking official here. And the cannons are starting to bark already. We know from previous videos how effective these cannons can be. And we got Confederates out in the... Were all these stones here? Man, am I losing my mind? They have totally updated this map, haven't they? Because it doesn't seem... I don't quite remember so many stones here. But you can see the Confederates are making great use of them. Hiding behind these stones for cover. More artillery. But it's not hitting in this area. At least that I can see. Well, it might have. Alright, so the top of the hill still secure for the Confederates. This is a point that the Union will like to get. You can see we've got Confederates running up the hill as we speak. That's Major James, 5th Texas, taking the guys up, trying to get a flank on those Yankees in the woods, trying to help his boys out any way he can. And the Confederate guns still singing their song. Sergeant Leroy Jenkins, how about that? And in command here, First Lieutenant Kink. Let's see what they can do with those guns. Right now they don't have a whole lot of targets available from this viewpoint. And the Union using the woods for cover. And you can see the Confederates have now come down. And they're giving them a good fight here. We can get through this mass of trees. This is just an absolute mayhem in the rocks and the woods here. Look at this. So they've taken the Confederate position here. First Jersey in the woods. I've never actually fought up in this area. That's pretty amazing. Pretty interesting that the guys have gone all the way up here. And meanwhile, back at these rocks, Confederates holding their own against this side of the line. Basket of Puppies just out there loading his gun behind a rock. And Paraconte, you hear them. They're calling for the Jersey to come out of the woods and flank these Confederates. Let's see if they can pull it off. Confederates quite spread out here. Not a lot of them left. So Colonel Benelli looking over the field. But it's a smoke show. Hard to see here from the Confederate position. Let's see if those Union don't seem to be getting much closer yet, although they... Ooh! Canister fire coming in from the Union guns.
They're pushing forward on the wall.
You hear them, and the Jersey are definitely here now. You see them coming out of the woods. They got their bayonets out, and they're going straight into the Confederates, who are wisely leaving this position as quickly as their booted feet will allow them to do so. And Jersey still pushing. They're going to push them all the way to Richmond. You see Coffee pushing them straight out of the woods. Hood's division actually making a stand here. Colonel Benelli, nope, they've decided to fall back to the road. Yeah, I know that used to be a full stone wall, and there didn't used to be so many boulders in this field. This is a very interesting map. I love how they're continuing to improve these maps. I could be wrong, though, man, but I haven't been here a while, but it sure seems like that. All right, so Jersey gave up the push there, and they've got a couple guys in behind them now, so Jersey having a little trouble of their own here. They've got some Rebs right behind them. But they're charging into them. And you see Major James. They've come all the way from the top of the hill. These boys have got to be tired, and they're still running. Jersey pushing them into the rocks here. This is the last stand for Major James and his merry band. Coffee and the rest of the Jersey guys coming in with the cold steel. And the Confederate flag is down. Oh, do you see him pin that dude to the rock? Private Walters just stuck that dude to the rock. All right, so the Union in control right now as it is. And you see Paraconte with his boys in the Massachusetts creeping up this side of the wall here. Giving the Confederates hell at this point of the game. But the Confederates do have control of the map. 35 minutes to go. Not sure if these guys are even playing for the point of contention, although it is active. And you can see the deadly fire of the Massachusetts coming in.
Just a guy next to you wearing the same hat.
More artillery.
I see skies of blue.
So is this the artillery up here on the road? Looks like it is. Look at them pushing it all the way to the fence line.
We're trying to get up a little bit closer to the fence.
This is 1st Massachusetts guns.
Right.
And you can see they've got a good target here on those Confederates. So see if the colonel and his men can survive this blast. Hadn't seen anything land in amongst them other than a little bit of canister fire so far. And it looks like Jersey's in the woods here. I don't know what happened to the Massachusetts. If they just... No, they're still there. Couldn't see them through the smoke.
Whatever. Okay. Give them hell, boys. Give them hell.
Keep pouring lead down range, guys. They're in position.
Yeah, it looks to me like they added more rocks as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this wall, didn't it used to be a full stone wall? And not just this little knee wall?
Got a small stone force on
I
that.
thought it was. I could be wrong about that. So it looks like the Union, for the time being, taking a breath here.
What a pussy.
Fire at 'em.
Not really pressing the point of contention. You can see there's a rebel force in the woods that are going to be coming down to the Jersey. Oh, Jersey's coming up to them. Coffee and the boys not waiting for an attack. They're going to force one themselves. Here they go. Confederates in the rocks. Here come Jersey again. They've got their bayonets out. And these are the sharpshooters. Trying to leg it out of there. And Jersey's giving it to them. They've taken the rocks. And meanwhile, Massachusetts still on the knee wall. Kind of using rocks for cover themselves. Trying to do a little pickpocketing action here. They can't get too close. That Confederate artillery will really open up on them.
Ready to move, boys. Load hole.
You hear the cannons booming.
Up and over, boys.
All right.
Oh,
Come back to the wall, Malay.
Well, Benelli looked like he was going to go for it, but then thought better of it. Oh, there's that artillery we were looking for. Big hit, so they've got them zeroed in now. And the Jersey looks like... I thought for a second they were moving up, but it looks like they're moving back from the rocks. We got one Confederate lost his damn mind. Captain Zombo giving that fence some hell.
Sambo really doesn't like that fence.
He does not. Zombo does not like that fence at all.
Yeah, I'm standing on somebody's carnage.
Sambo's having his personal war with
I
the
want to
fence.
pick it up and use it as a meat shield.
Here in about 2 seconds, that same spot's about to get squeezed by RD.
So, we can stack up all the dead bodies and keep the
So
war
we'll
going.
see if the artillery comes back in and visits these boys one more time. 18th Georgia doing their best.
Yeah.
boys, we're shooting downhill. You'll have to aim
Like
too
they
high.
didn't get it, like they didn't go.
Yeah, make sure you're aiming basically.
Ooh, artillery missing just behind the guys here. And the Confederates coming back down the hill one more time. We'll see if the Jersey guys decide to get back up on it just like they did last time. Let's see, this is 5th Texas here. Along with the Palm sharpshooters. There's Major James.
Watch y'all south. Watch y'all south.
And here come the Jersey again. That seems to be the MO tonight. Stay out of range once they get on the rocks. Full-scale invasion. And the Confederates doing what they can to survive here. They've been pushed off this position more than once. But you can hear them, they're bracing for impact. Union coming around the side of the rocks here. But the Confederates seem to be doing a pretty good job trying to hold them off. Major James emptying the revolver. And this time it looks like they were able to do it. First Jersey repelled.
Recover, boys. Recover. You gotta load
But they did what they were there to do. You hear now the Confederates are engaged. And we've got the Massachusetts, Paraconti and his boys backing up to the major boulders here. Looking into the 18th Georgia from across the field. And we got some spam in the chat for the stream. No, I don't want to become famous. I already am famous. Thank you.
Hey, if someone shoots that guy in the rock, I'll cash you out $10.
Wait, somebody shoot whom? What?
Shoot that guy in the rock.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like Benelli's putting out hits on guys.
Really off the center to say because I'm just sprinting from left to right not to get hit.
Ooh, artillery coming in.
So long, company.
Killing one man at a time, though. We're not seeing the massive artillery strikes like we've seen on other maps. So these hills, there's a lot of undulation here between highs and lows. And you see we got onesie-twosies out here. Couple guys. Oh, Sergeant Donut giving it to Zombo right there. Guess he decided to take on more than a fence. And a couple first mass up here in and around the house. Looks like they're in the house. I don't know if that's legal or not. I play with the UEC so many times. They never use houses, so it's hard for me to remember. But these are awesome areas of cover, as you can see. Valorhawk here, using this fine house.
I am beside you.
Another artillery piece coming in, but still falling in behind. And Major T of the 1st North Carolina over here.
Yeah, just try and keep it arm's length, not full social distance.
And the Confederates getting tough here. They're coming down the hill. They're going to challenge the Massachusetts. They already have. They're in the rocks here. So now the Massachusetts, not only do they have to worry about the 18th Georgia, they've got the 5th Texas and the sharpshooters on them. And you can hear they've tied it up. Both teams engaged. 27 minutes left in the match. And Confederates using the cover of the woods and the stones there to make life miserable for this part of the Yankee army here. And I haven't seen the whole 1st Jersey. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Ask and you shall receive. Coffee and the 1st Jersey back in action. And you can hear the Massachusetts relieved that they have arrived. And this is going to give hell to those boys in the woods right there. They're going to have to back up or risk being overrun. But there are a lot of Confederates in those woods. Oh, we got Confederates coming down. Looks like 18th Georgia come down right off the road here. Getting right up in the face of the Jersey. Oh, and artillery coming in from the Confederates. Finally effective. Massive blast on the Union line. So what was looked to be victorious. Okay, now they got to go. Coffee and the boys moving up against the Georgia. Boys from Georgia pouring it into the 1st Jersey, but they're not stopping. Here they come. Straight into the Georgia. And they're running for it. Georgia going back to the safety of the road. And the Jersey following them all the way to the hanging tree. But they seem to have stopped there.
Stay down here.
And the Georgians running all the way back to the stone wall. And the Confederates that were in the woods, they've come out to the rocks. They've taken up the former position of the Yankees. Rebels putting a lot of pressure on the Union at this point. Major James and the 5th Texas and the Palm sharpshooters here really pushing in hard to the first mass. And the Union caught between a rock and a hard place, quite literally.
Going back to
Paraconti coming this way, and the Confederates seem to be pulling back. Although they do outnumber the Union on this side of the line. Of course, that's easy for us to see. We're flying in the sky. And in this position, the artillery, they can see all those Union officers there. And they'd love to get a piece of them. All right, 1st Jersey moving up. Coffee not waiting. They've got the bayonet out, and they're running straight at the Georgia. Will the Georgia be able to hold? They're getting to the fence now. And the Jersey spreading out. But they have to cross a fence just to get to these Confederates. And Georgia's not going anywhere. They're standing their ground. And it looks like first mass is coming this way as well. You hear the guys talking shit to each other across the fence.
A few of you don't load yet. Get the guy on the right.
And the countercharge. 18th Georgia coming over the fence. Right in time for the first mass to get here. And the first mass sees it. Are they going to come on up or are they going to stay back? Yeah, they're falling back. Whole state of Georgia just came over that fence.
Get the flag. Get the flag. Grab that flag. Grab that flag. Grab that flag.
All right, and the Confederates have come back down into the rocks one more time. See the 5th Texas and the Palm sharpshooters down here. Captain Gunner getting his boys up to the fence. And hopefully the artillery recognizes that Confederate flag from that distance. You can see Massachusetts running right back into the grinder here. Union flag going down, the other one running for it as fast as he can. Captain Womp Womp trying to stay alive. Run, Captain. Get the hell out of here. It's too late for the rest of your men. Could you imagine running all the way up this hill with this 20-pound flagpole? Hell, maybe more. All right, so it looks like you made it. And the Confederate artillery really giving this Union gun hell here.
It was a negative 14.
First Lieutenant Redmond, but you can see all the bodies. That means that Confederate artillery is really being effective. But look at the perspective these guys have up here. Yeah, it's hard to beat that Confederate position up there. Ooh, yeah, they're firing down at the Georgia. A little bit low that time.
Hopefully they're already run out of ammo.
And Confederates are in control of the field. We got 21 minutes left in this match, and
We're doing good.
And they're already
Confederates are
trying to get low now.
they're confident.
Yeah, friendlies are south-southwest of our original position.
Did they shoot that flag bearer after I left him? Oh, Captain Womp Womp took a bullet after all. Well, we've had a lot of action in this match so far. And Major James pulling the guys back a little bit. They're totally expecting the Jersey and the Mass to come this way. They've come this way twice already in this match. No one forcing the hill. You see the artillery coming in again. 18th Georgia kind of in a nice spot here, a little bit hidden from that artillery. They're getting a couple guys killed, but not a lot. You're not seeing the kind of huge explosions. Yeah, you could see the very hard hit. There's a lot of Union dead up on that gun. Oh my God, yeah. Really hard hit. Might as well just stay up here and watch the Confederates blast away at these gunners. You can see the bodies, man.
Oh my God. Fire on him, Ralph.
Now it's right now.
Fire.
Well, you can see the 18th leaving their position, going back up the hill, trying to get into the rocks. Because it looks like the Union has finally decided to come this way, possibly. Although there's a big explosion right in their midst there. This is your first mass and your first jersey, so they're taking the right side this time. And we'll see if the Confederate guns turn this way.
We're sprinting. Let's go. Sprint.
Who is Mississippi?
Hey, Crowley, are you with me? Yeah, right.
Oh my God, massive hit to the house here. Confederate guns, very accurate at this point. Not sure what kind of protection that house will give. It's down in this little gully here.
There you are. My loyal bullet protect 4, protect B.
Alright, boys, keep spreading out further and further.
We can't go.
So they're creating a skirmishing line here. But they got first mass right in front of them. Artillery, massive artillery hit just there on the edge of the camera. Look at the guts.
Jesus freaking Christ.
Okay,
Only 2.
that is a screenshot. Look at the brains draining down the rock. Dude.
Jeez. That's
Yeah, these guys can't stay here. These Confederates are just going to completely obliterate them with that gun. And you can see some of the guys going forward.
yeah, don't
Yeah, fire through cover. Some bushes.
Another massive blast. Oh, man. Look at the bodies just exploding here. The Union cannot take this side. Yeah, it's epic, all right. You can see the Confederate line dwindling away as well. We don't even have Union in the field. The Confederates are just losing it due to decay. Oh, my God. Blood and guts just splashing all over the place. How long are the Jersey going to stay here under this kind of hailstorm of lead? Looks like the higher leadership is all dead. Guys might be confused on their order, where they need to go. You can see the mass hiding behind the house, hoping it'll help them. And we'll just sit back and watch the cannon play here. All right, so they're starting to move up, getting to the fence.
Loki.
Guys, come on, keep firing. Fire past the tree. Fire past the tree. This guy's on the ridge to the
So it looks like they're shooting at the artillery.
Oh my God.
I don't know if they're going to hit much from here.
Yeah. Just do it. We got friendlies up ahead. Directly ahead of us, so make sure you're not shooting.
And meanwhile, the Confederates have gone back into the rocks and onto the road. But right now, Confederates have the field back in their command with 15 minutes to go. Both sides engaged. Yeah, I would agree. This is Colquitt's defense. This is the Sunday NA event, Hood's Division versus 5th Corps. Appreciate you being here to watch. But yeah, it looks like the Union on this map, 1st Jersey, 1st Mass, they were going around to the left for the first part of it, and they decided to come around to the right, but this is just stagnated hardcore for them, and they're going to have to go back around to the left because that artillery is just too devastating. I mean, you can just see, look at the amount of guts and brains on this rock right here. All right, screenshot again. Can't get enough of those brains. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, their artillery is just incredible. You can see finally the Jersey getting wise, getting the hell out of here, and the rest of the guys going around to the left. This is the only way you're going to survive as a Union right here with those guns, as hot as they are. But here you go, 1st Mass coming around this way. But the Confederates are in the rocks, so they're not going to make it easy for them. Well, I say that, but they're leaving the rocks now. The Palm and the 5th Texas. Looks like that's the Palm sharpshooters. Saw some American flags and decided to get the hell out of there, except for Sergeant Morgan. He's not afraid of them bitches. Yeah, he is. He's getting out of there. All right, and you hear the rebel yell. That means the Union taking losses. 14 minutes to go, and they haven't been able to make a strong push. Here's Pericante and the 1st Mass. They're going to go for it on the left-hand side here. Let's see if they can get up to the point of contention and cause some havoc for these Confederates.
I'm texting Bongo in
You can see we got 1st Tennessee here. And Major T.
Tennessee, we're shifting right.
Shifting right, boys.
And Captain Hazard. I hadn't seen Captain Hazard in a while. Welcome back to the channel, sir. Here's 18th Georgia coming back to their original position. Oh, and a massive artillery blast by the Union guns here. I didn't see a lot of guys drop, but it was a hell of a show. Yeah, that's what they did early on. They moved into those woods. Looks like they're trying it here as well. So you see 1st Tennessee. Small group of guys, but they're coming over to the right-hand side. Going to see if they can support the guys in the woods. And it looks like the Union is finally massed on this left-hand side. Got guys in the rocks and the rest of the boys coming this way. That's 1st Jersey shooting into the woods. 1st Mass as well. Trying to kill as many Confederates as they can, but the problem is the point of contention is heavily guarded at this point by the Georgians. Whew. Artillery missing just barely that time. And we got one guy running out in the field trying to get back to the Palm. But if he thinks they're at the rocks, he would be incorrect. That's going to be 1st Massachusetts and 1st New Jersey coming this way. They're starting to feel the pressure of the point of contention. And Captain Womp Womp got the flag back again. Last time they tried this, they were pushed back by the 18th Georgia. And they're running for it. It's a long run for a Yankee.
Pledge allegiance to the flag.
Let's go. Get over the stone wall, spread it out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if getting the point is the goal in the event, to be honest with you. But you can see it's ticking away from the Georgia. There's a lot of Yankees here, and the Georgians back to the fence, pouring fire into the Yankees as they come up the hill. That's a lot of bluebellies. Let's see if they can hold them off. The whole 5th Corps coming this way. Artillery hitting in the field. Not getting much. General chaos on the field. See Pericante doing it with the pistol. And the Union's going to take it, looks like. The Confederate flag is laying on the ground. Coffee's here. Pericante's here. The Union have done it. They've taken the road, but they haven't taken the point of contention. And we've got Confederates in behind them. That's your 1st Tennessee and your Palm sharpshooters. They've come up behind the Union, trying to take back the point of contention, but there's a whole lot of bluebellies coming this way. 1st New Jersey, 1st Mass, in mass, coming down the hill. And you heard the huzzah. Both sides now taking losses. That red line bleeding away toward the Union very, very quickly. We're almost at 10 minutes in the match, and the Union look like they're going to be in control of this battlefield. Let's see if that Confederate artillery can start barking and sending them back running. You see it already happening. It's a bloodbath. It's going to be real hard for the Union to hold this position. And if they could have gotten the Confederates breaking before this point, they could have won the game right now. But the Confederates are still only taking losses, and the Union in grave danger from that artillery right up that hill. You can see it here, and a lot of Confederates going that way. Oh my God, massive blast. There's no safe point on this knee wall if you're a bluebelly. You got to get the hell out of here. And you can see all the Confederates racing up the hill to protect their artillery. And the blue line's not even halfway there. Those guys would be better off to get to the woods, I think. To get toward that point. But it's coming blue this way. 9 minutes to go. Confederates are going to have to push them off, but that artillery... Whew, you can see it again, just ripping through Union soldiers. And they're doing their best to hold that point of contention as long as they can. They want to get this counterattack engaged before they move off. You can see one of the Union flags laying on the field. Nobody bothering to pick it up. And here it is. They've done it. There's your counterattack. You hear the huzzah. So now the question is, will the Union just wait in this area? Will they pick up their flag? Oh, that's incredible. Is that a Confederate flag laying there and I'm just an idiot? That sure looks like a Union flag to me.
You just don't pass the flag.
So, well, First Sergeant Donut agreed with me, but didn't pick it up. All right, here comes a private to grab it. There you go. And the Union throwing slugs, but now the Confederates are going to have to come down to this position, whether they like it or not. And I don't see them pushing it at all. This is pretty strange. All the Confederates up the field at this point. They're going to have to make an attack over the open fields. Surely they'll go through the woods here. And they may just be confident in their guns. Hey, Paulie, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you guys all being here to watch this with me.
Oh my goodness. They're aiming for me. Crowley, get away from me.
I'm protecting you with my body. I'm trying.
Yeah, you can hear the jersey. Still lighthearted, even though they're taking one hell of a barrage from the Confederates here. And you can see there are a couple guys going to the left, but it's not a lot of them. I'm surprised by this, to be honest with you. I mean, there's still 5 minutes to go. But I am surprised that the Confederates are not pushing this position a little harder than they are right now. See the jersey just moving around. This is the smartest thing you can do, is just kind of keep the gunners guessing at where you're going to be.
They tried headshots with the cannon and missed.
All right, finally we get a large Confederate group in the woods. Woo, another large attack here. So who do we have here? What Confederate regiment is this? All right, there's your Jeff Davis and the Palms. Coming out of the woods slowly, but you can see the damage from above, what those Confederate guns are doing to these boys. Just ripping them to shreds. Meanwhile, First Mass up on the fence, trying to give it to the Confederates, who are moving to the right, so they're splitting up, trying to spread out the Union, get them away from that point of contention. It's working, but there's only 4 minutes left. The Confederates have to make a push. Yeah, you know what? It's funny that you say that, Shredden, because that would be my goal. I mean, ultimately, if I could get the cash to run a full server and I could get these guys to agree with it, I'd love to have company versus company battles like we're doing for the duels, but instead of a single man-on-man combat, it would be company versus company. That'd be a little tough to get organized, but that is the ultimate goal. I, too, would love to see an American company take on one of the UEC companies. You can see now we've got Confederates pouring out of the rocks. They're coming straight for the point of contention. It's time to get serious. And that's your 18th Georgia. Lieutenant Colonel Benelli leading his boys straight into the 1st Massachusetts. And the New Jersey's coming up to join him en masse. Coffee got them all back at once. Confederate artillery still massed. Georgia, 5th Texas, they're all here. They know they've got to do it now. They've got to win this match with less than 3 minutes to go. Major James, Pericante shooting at each other with a pistol. Confederates have made it over the knee wall. Union starting to stagger. Now they are breaking, and that blue line is bleeding fast. Confederates making a strong comeback with less than 3 minutes to go. And you can see the Union starting to falter, backing up. We've got more Confederates coming in from behind. That's your Jeff Davis and your Palms. And the Union in a tough spot. You see both flags just running for it right now. That's all they can do. And the red line is coming back red. And they've got to do it within 2 minutes, take this point of contention. It looks like they're going to be able to do it. So great move by the Confederates here. Coming straight down the hill and forcing the Yankees off this position. It was a group effort. Let's see if they can get that thing back within that 1 minute and 46 seconds. I think they will be able to. So it looks like the Confederates are going to be able to break this counterattack. And if they do, that'll put them in command of the event so far with less than 9 minutes to go. And here it is. A great charge. I would totally agree. So we're all back to normal time. 8 minutes, 36 seconds to go. The Confederates are in command of this field. So now what is the 5th Corps going to do to try to penetrate this side? I imagine they're going to do what they've done successfully the whole time. Come around this fence line, charge straight up the wall, and try to take it in the last few minutes. But they are breaking, so they have to be careful. They don't want to get into a final push situation. You can see a large portion of the 5th Texas going up the hill. Give some covering fire. 18th Georgia, I imagine, staying in this area. You can see the Palms with them as well. Guys congratulating themselves on a good charge. It was one hell of a good charge. They're right about that. And you see the American flags heading over to that side. That's really the only choice they have. The Confederate artillery has just been too overwhelming. You can see the Palms racing back to that side. They know they're no match for the whole Union Army coming this way. But they've got to do something to slow down this blue wave. Here they come. You see Coffee there in the 1st jersey along with the 1st Massachusetts. And they've got 7 minutes. Plenty of time to be able to do it, but they're going to have to kill some Confederates and get them to breaking. If they can do that,
All right, Jersey flag is back up, boys.
they'll be in a good position. So, spirit's still high in the Union camp. See Captain Mihai there. Giving young Coffee command of the battle tonight. And here they are. Confederates. Holding this position with a lot of men this time. We'll see if that Union artillery has any ability to push them off this spot. It looks like that Union artillery is just completely wiped out. Well, they're still here. These brave men. You can see all the bodies. Look how effective the Confederate artillery has been just against this one gun. And they're just about out of ammo. Or I just can't see it. This might be their last shot. Let's see how effective it is. Oh! It was a good one. They killed some Rebs with it. But not enough to push them off. All right, here come the Jersey and the Mass. They're going to try to do it again with less than 6 minutes to go. Coffee right up front. And here come the Jersey boys. Private Fletcher, Private Yip, going to be a couple of the 2 first killed, it looks like. Meat shields for America. There's one. And here they come. But they're not coming in mass. They're kind of spread out. giving the Confederates a chance to pop them one by one. But they're here now. And here come the Tennessee and the 5th Texas, sorry, coming in. The whole Confederate Army's here. Lieutenant Colonel Benelli back here behind. And they've done it. They've held off that massive charge by the Union. If the Confederates decide to hold this road this way and that Union gun can't push them off this spot, it's going to be real hard for the Union. And you see it, final push for the Union Army. This could be the nail in the coffin for the 5th Corps in this event. Just too many casualties. You see what's left of the 1st New Jersey back behind the rocks. They know with that final push that it's going to be tough to beat these Confederates this time. You hear them running over to the woods. And no Confederates there right now. But will they be able to get to the guys? I don't know exactly when the final push happened, if the Union will get all of their guys back for one more push. I think they will. So this will be the last hurrah. But yeah, it looks like the Union did get all their guys back. You see Coffee, Paraconte, everybody coming up this way. Looks like they're going to come right down the road this time. Yeah, that was a great hold by the Confederates. There's no doubt about that.
Alright, guys, leaving spawn, form up on this line right here.
On the line, guys, on the line.
Coffee knows he's only got one more push, and they got to do it in less than 3 minutes. And it's a long run.
Move it.
And here they go. Can the Union? Oh, and the Confederates, they've got some more backup here. Look at this. Pretty smart. 5th Texas back up here on the road. Major James covering the left flank. He's going to hit those Union before they even get to the 18th Georgia or anywhere near that point of contention. So Coffee and the boys running straight into an ambush.
For the fatherland. Keep going.
But they're coming off the road. They see them.
We're gonna die, but it'll be fun.
They see the Texas now. And any minute, those Confederate guns are going to start opening up unless they've run out of ammo. You can see they're all crowding around the house. They don't have time to wait. There's less than 2 minutes to go in this battle. And here they go. 1st Mass leading the way. Jersey coming in behind them. 5th Texas bracing for impact. But it's going to be too little too late for these Yankees. They just don't have the men to carry the point of contention in time. But you see 5th Texas running back to the protection of the whole Confederate Army back here. And they do get the Confederates breaking. And the Union are coming this way, but they got 1 minute to wrestle the point of contention away from the Confederates. 1st New Jersey on the point of contention right now. You see that group, but there are just too many Confederates here. They're confused. Why is the point not coming back to us? But I think it's just a manpower problem at this point. See Paraconte and Coffee back to this area here. But there's just nothing they can do about it, so they're just going to run straight into death. It's a good day to die. And they're running straight into the Confederate line. This is murder. One last push for the boys in blue. They're doing what they can. But the whole Confederate Army is here. And that's it. It's over. Confederate victory. Well, God, look at the losses. Jesus. All right, guys. Well, I only have time for one tonight. It's Sunday night. I got to work in the morning, but I appreciate you all being here. If you like that, hit the like button. Consider subscribing. For everybody that joined the stream tonight, appreciate you being here. Until next time, my name is Jehovah, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.